Hello, Radiant One, and a very big and a very warm welcome to Mastery, the show and podcast for brilliant spiritual beings just like you, having a human experience, ready to ignite the mastery inherent in you, as well as grow and expand from within, and wanting to lead with love in work, business, and life. Designed to activate the mastery already within you, we merge the worlds of seen and unseen, magic and miracles with the mundane and the practical, spirituality with strategy, and the energetic with the physical, as well as business and work with a whole lot of love and soul. I am your host, spiritual business coach, and radical love rebel, Maria Saraphina, and it is my deep honor, my great pleasure, and joy to share this episode with you. If you haven't already, I highly recommend that you go ahead and download the free mastery activation I've made for you. Go to mariasarafina.com/MA or click the link in the description to receive it. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment if you're watching on YouTube or my website, or subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcasting platform to amplify the energy and love being shared in these transmissions so we can reach more and more gorgeous radiant beings like you. Finally, as always, I encourage you to listen with an open heart and an open mind and take only what serves you and leave the rest. Here is today's episode. Hello, Radiant One, and a very big and a very warm welcome to the introductory episode of Mastery. It is finally here after such a long time. I feel like I've been cocooning forever, and even when Mastery made itself known to me, when it became clear that was the name of this new expression, this show and this podcast for me in this world. It still took a while for me to even know when it was supposed to quote unquote be born. If all goes well, this first episode will air on December 1st, 2023. Crossing my fingers. Let's see if it all works out. And it was, I wanted to share. So first of all, if you don't know me, hello, my name is Maria Saraphina. I'm a spiritual business coach, a strategist, energy worker, catalyst facilitator, and radical love rebel, among other things. I have been in business for more than a decade, and I have clients spanning the globe. Mastery is my new show and podcast to share everything that comes up for me during sessions. It is my space for having deeply sacred conversations with brilliant human beings or spiritual beings having human experience in this world. I suppose bear with me because I'm probably going to ramble throughout this episode because it's the first time I haven't done this a very long time. You may know me from my other podcast. I've had the Spiritual Business Podcast. I have the Magdalene Voices, and I, for a brief period of time, also had the Golden Frequency before I truly went into a cocooning phase where nothing was really meant to be pouring through me, and now it is. So what I want to share with you in this episode is really what you can expect from this, so that you know whether this is something for you or not. As always, my big thing is I share my truth, and my truth is not necessarily your truth. Discernment is crucial and key in this world. Take what serves you and leave the rest. But like I said, I wanted to share with you what you can expect, so you have an idea of what all the goodness that is going to come. So first of all, there's going to be solo episodes like the one that I'm doing right now. There's going to be solo episodes covering topics, challenges, insights, personal shares from my work that I see, commonalities that I see, and also from my journey with Mastery. Then there's going to be sacred conversations where I have sacred conversations with spiritual entrepreneurs, people who are embracing their spirituality and also have a sort of a spiritual business. I want them to share their journey so that you can see how, because that's one of the things in this world. It's so easy to see all the glitz and the glamour. I know I'm wearing sparklers, but that's me. But yeah, it's like this, there's all this glitz and this glamour, but I really want to peel back the layers so that you can see that transformation and expansion and growth is usually messy and it's not pretty, even though it brings deep joy and satisfaction. I want to bring that about, and I've got some beautiful people lined up for that. Then I am going to also be having sacred conversations with people in corporate. This is something that I am super excited about, because as a spiritual business coach, I am in the business of weaving the worlds of spirituality with, practicality and strategy with spirituality, and magic with miracles and the mundane. I see how when we weave the worlds and when we merge those things, how it just creates these win-win-win situations that not only are for you, for those you work with, for your clients, for your company, for your business, but also then ripples out and creates an impact on the world energetically as well. So I'm going to be having sacred conversations with people in corporate who have embraced their spirituality, but who do not have a spiritual business, or where their work is not necessarily spiritual in nature, to show you what is possible, to share their journeys, to inspire, like I said, empower and uplift you. So I am, if you're on YouTube watching this, you'll see me looking at my notes. Oh, yes. So one of the things I want to share is I want to share the ignition point of mastery, when it truly came together, because I think that there's power in sharing that, so that you know how this came about. So I feel like I've been cocooning for probably 4 to 5 years. I have been just doing my work in the background. I've not been as outspoken or expressive as I have been in the past, and for very good reasons. I've had my own stuff to deal with, my own stuff to work with, and continue to, because that's one of the things that's so important with this, is that as you move through this journey called life, there will be transformations, there will be cycles, and not all of it is pretty. It rarely is. And I really just want to peel back the layers so that we know that when we go through that, it's perfectly normal and natural. It's part of life. I am someone who naively, when I first started, more than probably 15 years ago, with my journey, like with my love as my way journey, I thought that because I had chosen love, the heavens would open, angels will descend, path be cleared, and rose petal be strewn, because I had chosen love. And what I have found instead is that when you choose love as your way, as I have consistently for the past, like I said, probably 15 years, potentially more, then everything and all things that are out of resonance with love will brought to your attention. So that you are able to transform it, to transmute it. And that goes both within, that means, mentally, emotionally, physically, all of that, as well as externally, in the work that I do, how I show up, how I communicate, my website, all of that has been shifted. And that then leads me to mastery. Because as I said, I'd been contemplating for a while that there was something that was wanting to come through me, a new expression, and I didn't know what it was. And as one day I was sitting in meditation and I heard the words, "Are you owning your mastery?" And it was you may probably have already have had that. It was like the energy, my kundalini, from the very root of my core all the way up through my spine, and it was like a jolt of holy guacamole. Are you owning your own journey, or your own mastery? And truth be told, for me at that time, it was like, probably not like fully, like to the point where I really could. And that is really like just to say, no, I wasn't owning my mastery. And allowing myself to look at that, to see like, holy guacamole, here you are with more than a decade of experience, with, I don't know, however many clients under your belt, with their growth and expansion being visible in the world, just, from them being expressive about it, from them sharing it, from you, and you're still not owning your own mastery. What is up? So it was sort of like a gentle slap from the universe as well, from God saying, hello, wake up, it's time. And if you're here, if you're listening to Mastery, I am pretty sure that there is a part of you that could be owning your own mastery as well, and in even deeper ways. And one of the things I want to share about mastery, because we live in a world of duality and polarity, and so everything seems to be put into this, like, it's either or. You can own your mastery, you can be proud, but then you also become arrogant and insensitive and all these things, and that's just simply not true. For me, I see that I can be both very, very proud of the work that I do, of who I am, of who I have become, because I have worked so hard for it over the past almost 20 years. And I can own my mastery, and I can also recognize that I am only just about halfway through my life, and there is so much more for me to learn. There's so much more for me, many more veils for me to lift, many more things for me to see, to release, to transform, to transmute. So I can be both the master and the student at the same time. So that is something that is so, so important for me to highlight. And that's part of what I want to do with mastery, is I want to ignite the mastery in you, because when we do that, when we own how damn good we are, how much we have accomplished, and how the work that we have done, as well as how much there is still to do, then we become the masters of our own lives, of our own way in this world. And that is whether you are a stay-at-home mom, soccer mom, whether you are a CEO of a company, whether you are a student, like you're in school, whoever you might be, owning your mastery will, even just by saying it, you can see it if you're watching this on YouTube or on my website. You can see that there's a straightening of the spine, and I hope that you're feeling that as well. So that is what I want to do with mastery, is I want to have you see that in yourself. And I don't care if you're 17 or if you're 77, there is mastery in you right now. And by igniting that mastery, energetically, you transform. Energetically, you become different. And energetically, that energy is then shared with the world, because everything is energy. And the more you own your mastery, the more others can be inspired by that and own it in themselves as well. So as you will see throughout these episodes, I will go on rambles, because that's what I do when I go into this space of recording, of sharing. And I want to repeat what I said. I speak my truth, and my truth might not be yours. Take what serves you and leave the rest. I shared that. I think maybe I should share a couple of principles for my life, my work, my everything. And that is, my core principle is that love is the way. That's my core principle. It's been my core principle probably since 2008, I want to say, somewhere around then. And I also shared how I thought that the heavens would open and all that, and they didn't. What I have found over the years is that love being the way, for some, has been made into that everything is just glitter and rosy and butterflies and unicorns and rainbows, all of which I love. But what I have found is that when we choose love as our way, all of that, like I said, all of that which is out of resonance with love will be shown to you, and all of that which is out of resonance with love will present you with an opportunity to shift it. That is not to say to suppress it or ignore it. That is to have a look at it, to whatever the feelings, feel the feelings that are coming up, hear the thoughts that are coming up for you, and then begin to dissolve them, begin to release them, begin to work through them, so that you can experience the deep satisfaction that is on the other side, the freedom and the elation that is on the other side when you let go of all of that which is out of resonance with love. That's at least my experience. I am just checking to see if there's anything else that wants to come through, because I had a lot of notes for this episode. Yeah, you'll probably hear me talk about God, and just know that when I talk about God as love and love as energy. And so I don't talk about any specific religion or any specific faith. Love to me, God to me is love. Love is energy, and everything is love, or everything is energy. So that's it. I think that is what I had to share with you for today. The mastery has now been kicked off, and if you have if you have a topic that you would like for me to cover, please feel free to reach out. You can do that on my website. Go to mariasarafina.com/contact, and I'd love to hear from you if you have an episode, or if you have a suggestion for a guest that you think should be in sacred conversation with me here. Other than that, I am just going to say thank you so much for your time. I am looking forward to be sharing so much more with you in the coming episodes. Lots of love. Bye. That is what I had for you in today's episode of Mastery with Maria Saraphina. I hope it served you well. For all the deeds and details, click the link in the description and help me spread the love of this transmission by sharing it with a friend or on social media, or leave me a comment or review. Have a wonderful day. God bless.